broadcast brought to you by Geyer Oil and your Lake Area Eagle Stops, Carpenter Gunther Lumber Company in downtown Versailles, American Sun Control, Jason Blankenship CPA, The Shed Batting Cages, GT Brothers Automotive, Citizens Bank of Eldon and Versailles, DeGraff and Reed Heating and Cooling, Wright Printing and Promotional Advertising, Vera Cruz Mexican Restaurant, the Morgan County Health Center in Versailles, the Kidwell Garber Funeral Homes of Versailles and Laurie, Versailles Total Fitness, Baxter's Lakeside Grill, and Big O Tires. Now, high school basketball presented by Martin Metal on KS95.
Good evening, everyone. Well, good afternoon, I should say, and welcome to today's presentation of KS95 Sports. It feels weird to say out loud, but it's basketball season. We are kicking things off in Eldon as the Mustangs are playing host to tonight's Jamboree. So let's go through this format that we're going to have tonight on our Martin Metal broadcast. This broadcast, by the way, streaming at MoSportsZone.com, also live on our Facebook page. So if you're listening and think, oh, I want to see the boys, see how they looked this year, you can go ahead and tune into either of those and watch this evening's game. Now, we will start things off first with the Eldon boys and the Russellville boys. I believe it'll be 2 quarters of action, shortened quarters for that matter. And then right after that, it'll be the Eldon girls and the Russellville girls. They will do battle. We'll have a little break in between, and then the 2 Eldon teams will come back, and the boys and girls will play back-to-back again. I'm Colton Taylor. Paige Miller is back at the studio engineering this contest for us this evening, and it's going to be a fun one. It's always exciting when you get to basketball, and the Jamborees are a good time because it's kind of like, I don't want to say a glorified scrimmage at practice, but it really is. Yes, you want to win. You want to show what you've got, and it's different competition, but of course, it's not going to count on your record, and it's kind of that final check everything out and see if you're ready to go moment. So it should be a good time tonight for these squads. Now, I will tell you, I was kind of told that the Mustangs may be a little undermanned this evening as they're going to be without 2 of their usual starters. I don't believe we're going to see Britton Ahart this evening, and somebody else was missing. I'll have to check in on that and find out who it is. I could be wrong. Actually, I said that out loud, and now I believe Britton is jerseyed up, so I take that back. I guess we are. I was worried. I'd heard that Britton may have hurt his foot earlier in the week, but looks like he's good to go. Boy, these uniforms the Mustangs are rocking tonight, I think these are their practice uniforms, and they are going to give me an absolute fit. They have very faded gold numbers on them. We normally would have an Eagles start lineup for you tonight, but we won't announce this evening. Be sure to stop by Eagle Stop. Here, got myself a nice energy drink and a little snack on the way to the game. Eagle Stop, one of my favorite places to stop. Always very clean, very nice, great food as well. So go see our friends at the Eagle Stop. It's going to be Ahart on the opening tip for the Mustangs, as he will be against Elijah Smith for Russellville, and the Mustangs win the opening tip. This Jamboree is underway. Eldon going to work the ball around the outside. It's going to be Tam with it, attacking to the high post. Up to 8. Line drive 3 from the top of the key. Halfway down, rattles around, and falls. Mustangs score first in this Jamboree. Great look from Ahart to open things up for the Mustang offense. Back the other way is Russellville, but they lose it out of bounds, so the Eldon defense showing up early. These are just 8-minute quarters, 2 of them, so we'll play 16 minutes of basketball in each of these sets. On the attack, Tam thought about the 3. Back to Ahart at the top of the key, head and shoulder fake. He'll drive, hangs in the air through the contact, won't go. Rebound, Indians. Russellville wants to push it. Little hesitation, middle of the floor. Eldon does a good job getting back and resetting things. 3, top of the key from Russellville, halfway down, and a rebound hauled in by the Mustangs. And boy, it's clear they want to get up and run. Fired baseline. It's caught by Ahart. His skip pass is stolen, though, by Russellville. Russellville trying to push it up the floor, attacking the left side. Good job getting back by the Mustangs. Set 3 on the way. Halfway down, won't go. Strong rebound, Britton. Fast Tim's got a lane to the basket. Through the contact, off the glass and in. Eldon leads 5-0. Great start by the Mustangs. Once again, the Eldon girls will be on deck next. And, wow, what a play defensively by the Mustangs. I believe that was Rhett Bayshore. Once again, it's hard to tell in these faded jerseys, especially since the jerseys don't match. But I do believe that was Rhett just taking it right away. Got his hands on corner 3 on the inbounds from Russellville. Up and good. We had a whistle with it as well. We'll see how that goes. So it was a foul away from the ball. The basket will count. Eldon leads 5-3. 6:04 remaining in this first half, we'll say, of the Jamboree. Eldon trying to get their offense, but it's picked off by Russellville. Lost out of bounds, but they'll say last touch by the Mustangs. Yeah, this is tough. The jersey numbers do not match because they're practice uniforms, but just going off what I remember, I believe on the floor for Eldon, it's Ahart. To look this over, Zach Hull. It's actually stolen now. Tam on the fast break, running out. Good job by the Russellville defense. Get back. It's dropped off to Britton. Britton's three from the wing won't go. It's short, and the rebound picked up by the Indians, and they want to push it up the floor again. Both teams looking to run, but it's re-stolen this time. Tam back the other way. He is fouled hard. That is a rough foul, especially to see in a Jamboree. Boy, glad to see him getting up and okay. I mean, he got hooked around the neck and put down on his back. I'm going to be real. If that's a regular season game, that very well might be an intentional, and player may be disqualified. I'm just glad Cody's up and okay. He got put down hard. Free throw is no good for Cody. Substitution into the game. No mistaking this one. It's Landon Whittle. Just a sophomore, 6'6". He is the size of Mustangs. I'm excited to see him playing on the block. As the second free throw for Tam up and good. Eldon leads 6-3 in the first half of this Jamboree. Russellville back the other way. They'll try the wing three. It is short. Rebound tipped around, and finally hauled in by the Mustangs. Going to push it up the floor. Ahart fires to the left side. Tam sets his feet. He'll try a three. It's short off the front iron. Rebound controlled by the Indians. The corner firing to the block. Nice post work. Turnaround won't go. Good defense by Whittle. Eldon has the rebound and wants to run. Mustangs into the front court. Extra step skipped over. Tam thought about the three. Instead goes to Britton at the top of the key. He steps in. Knocks it down from the elbow. That's a pretty jump shot, Britton Ahart. Britton looking for his offense early, and he has found it. Quickly back the other way. Russellville catch and shoot three from the corner. And it is up and good. A timeout called by the bench. We'll take the break as well. Eldon leads Russellville 8-5. You're listening to KS95 Sports.
Building season is here and a great time to visit Martin Metal for the next agricultural, residential, or commercial project on your list. Trusted throughout the heartland, they continue offering only the top quality products in the industry, which ensures beauty and durability for years to come. When in need of a post frame or a stud frame building, you can depend on the dedicated professional staff to help you get your job moving forward. Call 573-378-4050 and speak with a professional today. That's 573-378-4050, or check us out online at martinmetal.com.
The holidays are here, and Eagle Stop is spreading the cheer. Fuel up for family road trips, grab a drink, and treat yourself to your favorite snacks because you earned it. And with the Eagle Stop rewards, every stop brings you closer to more savings, more perks, and more holiday smiles. Friendly faces, fresh food, hometown spirit. That's Eagle Stop. With over 50 locations across Missouri, it's easy to reward yourself. Eagle Stop, your hometown stop for the holidays.
And we are back in play here in this Jamboree. 4:05 to play. Eldon leads 8-5. I apologize. It doesn't match up with these jerseys. It is a steal by Eldon. To run out on the fast break. Left side flipped up off the glass. Won't go. But a foul going to be called on the shot, and the Mustangs will go to the line. Some of these players I recognize from last year, but also you give me a little leeway here. It has been several months. So, I'm just probably going to say a lot of Eldon and Russellville, not knowing who the actual names are. A few of them I recognize, but we'll see. The first free throw up and good. Mustangs extend their lead to 9-5. So basketball season underway. On Friday, we will have our first regular season game as Versailles plays host to Fatima. Second free throw rattles around and falls through. They lead 10-5 in this one. Russellville going to bring it up the floor. Little weave game, mid-range jumper up and money. Pretty looking shot from Russellville. They cut it down to a three-point game. Eldon looking to answer. Quickly back the other way. The Mustangs are really pushing things offensively, but it is a turnover. Russellville on the run out. Left hand off the glass and good, and we've got a one-point game. Eldon has had some sloppy turnovers here in this first half. Some of that comes with the tempo. The Mustangs really trying to be a fast-paced now, and I think that does lend itself to a few more turnovers, but it's a jamboree. You got to try some things, what works. Little weave for the Mustangs, trying to find some space. Tam at the top of the key, hits the crossover inside, hangs in the air, scoop shot just rolls off the iron. I thought Cody had that one for sure. It's a skip pass from Russellville. Weak side, 3 up and good, and the Indians have their first of the game. Back the other way are the Mustangs looking to answer. Ball nearly lost. Tam keeps it alive. Has to be tracked down. Reset off to the wing. Tam directing things. He gets the screen from Whittle. Steps back, thought about it, skips to the quarter. Zach Hull lines up a 3 and hits it. Mustangs regain the lead, 13-12. Coach Ryan, you can throw on the headset anytime you want. Russellville now back on offense as we are joined now by the head coach of the Lady Mustangs, Coach Isaiah Ryan. Coach, how are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
Well, I tell you, these jamborees are interesting to watch because I feel like you still try a few things out to see how it'll actually relate to the regular season.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's really a dress rehearsal. Try to get some of those jitters out, kind of see some, anything that's glaring before you get into your first games. But I'm excited to get our team out there and see what we look like.
Your girls had an impressive season last year. You were a rather young squad, it seemed like. How does that help you going into this year?
We bring back a lot of experience. We're still not very young, but we do have a lot of girls who played last year. I don't know if I'd classify it as an impressive season. It was kind of a long strain of a season for us at times last year, but we definitely had girls get some valuable experience, get better, and I'm excited how we're looking right now. We're gonna, it's gonna take time. Gonna have to develop, but we're headed in the right direction.
Basket underneath good for the Indians as they extend their lead to 17-15. Or 17-13, excuse me. Now, what would you like to see out of your squad tonight? I know you said glorified dress rehearsals, ball tipped out of bounds, but what would you like to see in this dress rehearsal?
Just coming out, being aggressive, competing. We had our inner squad scrimmage on Friday and saw some things there, like just talking a little bit more on defense, rebounding better, getting up to be a little more aggressive in the passing lanes. Offensively, just getting the ball head a little bit quicker. We want to get up and down. We're not very big. We have some decent scores in the post, but outside of that, we're not very big, so we got to get up and down the court.
Oh. Now, fast-paced ball, though, is something that we've seen you play, and you definitely have the guards to do it. Is there any players that you kind of want to shout out that I don't want to say your team's going to be built around because obviously it is a team game, but who is it you're really maybe you think could take a big step this year or somebody you'd like to see something out of?
Yeah, I think several of our girls taking a big step. Just over the summer, especially, we moved Allie Bird to point guard. She played point guard. She played some guard for us last year, but not primarily point, and had to kind of step in when Caden Davis got hurt at the end of the year as a starter. And we moved her to point guard this summer, and it really unlocked our offense. We were able to get up and down the court a lot. She's great in that push it ahead quick and get it out of her hand and get the offense moving role. And then Caden Davis, who got hurt at the end of the year last year, she had a big summer. She's had great practices so far. She's shooting it well. She is going to be a crucial part for us on offense. And I mean, we bring back Kinsey Ward and Corinne Davis, who were solid scorers for us last year and who are still doing a lot of the same things that last year, but just I feel like everything together is a little bit better together. So I feel like there's going to be a jump, girls, especially being so young.
Well, and for those being so young last year, real about it. You're in the Tri-County. There's not an easy game on your schedule when you get to conference play. The kind of experience they were able to gain, learning by fire, per se, I mean, that's just unmatched from anything, honestly, you can give them in practice.
Yeah, and, we'll still play a tough schedule. Tri-County is always tough. We did adjust a little bit. A couple years ago, we tried to play everybody anywhere we could, and that kind of carried over a little bit last year, and that's how you end up playing Tipton in I think our second or third game of the year when we weren't really ready for that. So we've adjusted a few of those things, but I think our schedule will prepare us, and I think the way we're practicing right now is preparing us pretty well. for the season.
And we're watching this boys scrimmage in front of us. Am I crazy, or does it seem like Coach Caudell's got these Mustangs running a little bit faster this year?
Yeah, they are. They're getting up and down. Got a little bit more shooting. So hopefully that it's been translating in practice. Hopefully that translates once we get to the games. We have some decent length. We don't have a ton of size inside, but decent length around and skilled players who can get up and down. So it's nice.
Well, I'm very excited to see young Mr. Whittle as the season goes along. I mean, he really is the size for this Mustang squad at 6'6" on the block, which as a wing three is launched up and short, a 6'6" in the Tri-County. I mean, that can be a true blue big for this conference.
Yeah, that could make a big difference. I think he's going to keep developing and adding strength and
beautiful.
By the second half of the year.
Beautiful inside-out feed, by the way, sits up the three for the Mustangs. Oh, they're resetting the score each quarter. I didn't realize that. I thought it was combined two together as an answer on the other end from Russellville. So where do you guys start your regular season at?
We play next Tuesday at home versus Capital City. And then I think we go to Lebanon the following week. So
that's no cakewalk to start the year. I mean, Capital City, that's a pretty big program. I know it's been up and coming the last couple of years, and that's going to be a nice test to start your season.
Yeah, they're well coached. They're always really physical and aggressive. So you had to be ready to go as soon as the season started. Last year, having so many freshmen, that kind of caught us off guard a little bit. But just like growing from those experiences last year, those kind of games, I hope are preparing us for, what we're going to see going forward.
When will you guys find out what your district looks like?
I think traditionally it's been at the end of last week, but I feel like it has to be, I think it's the end of this week.
It's always interesting to see what draw you get. I feel like the last few years you guys have been in a tough district every season, it seems like. Was it last year or the year before that you wound up in a district where it seems like half the district had almost the same record?
Yeah, a couple years ago we were in it with Owensville and Osage. They ended up playing in the championship for that. Last year, I can't even. Honestly, last year is a bit of a blur. But just the size school we're at in this area, pretty solid basketball. So you're going to be with some good teams no matter what.
All right. I mean, it makes sense as the floater up and good. Russellville's cut it to a 1-point game. Eldon 5 here in this second quarter of the boys side of the Jamboree. I find these jamborees fascinating because there's also some kids that are going to get in tonight that maybe won't play as much varsity rotation. But in the same breath, I got to believe as a coach, that's an opportunity for you to maybe see something where I know right now you probably, hey, these are my core varsity players, but it's safe to say if somebody comes out and shows you something, they might accidentally find themselves in that rotation.
For sure. And seeing them under the brighter lights and with the competition they don't know, sometimes kids rise to the occasion and show you something that gives you a little bit more confidence to give them more opportunity. So, yeah, it's a fun night for stuff like that. I like us hosting it, too. It's one less trip, It's just nice here in our gym and get to be down the street. So I don't mind that at all.
Well, I love anything Eldon gets to host. It's such a beautiful facility here, and I know that's why so many teams get excited for the Eldon tournament. Not just the fantastic hospitality room that's hosted here, but just a beautiful gymnasium.
Yeah, we're pretty fortunate. It's a good area for gyms, though. There's a lot of good places around here.
Beautiful underneath for the Mustangs as the shot stayed open. And I think that's an example right there being too wide open. Just smoked the first one, got the board, and put it back. I feel bad. I know some of these kids by looking at them, but these are practice jerseys, so numbers don't line up. Are you guys wearing practice jerseys tonight?
Yeah,
okay. That's all right. We'll get real names during the regular season, so it'll be.
That was Owen Asbury that scored that.
Owen Asbury. Well, I think Owen was padding the stats there. Just tossed it to himself off the glass. But, no, I'm excited for the Mustang boys and girls this year. Like I said, I can already see a difference offensively in these boys. Eldon, the last few years, their defense has been phenomenal as the mid-range is too strong. But it seems like offensively sometimes they've failed to find somewhere to get their scoring from. But I'm seeing guys shoot a little more willing this year. And with this, I believe that's going to lead to more points being scored.
Yeah, I think so. I think they got a couple guys that have improved, and we had a good transfer in. I'm blanking on his name right now. He's got the ball. He's a good shooter, too, so it gives us some added dimension.
I had heard of him as a nice take by Tam.
Lane Stokes.
Lane Stokes. Okay. Had he played at School of the Osage prior to this?
Yes.
That's got to be a little weird. Talk about going from one side of the rivalry to the other.
Yeah. Well, I've done it the other way, I guess, as a coach. So.
That's fair. That's fair.
Really,
Being a Versailles guy coming over to Eldon now, which, speaking of Versailles, they're in their Jamboree tonight. That is at New Franklin High School. So good luck to the Tigers as well.
What games do you have broadcasting as far as boys or girls for us coming up, you know?
I don't know past this week. I should have brought the schedule with me. I know later this week, our first regular season game on Friday, Versailles plays Fatima. That's kind of become a rivalry through the years. And then Saturday, I actually have to go on the road for football as Tipton is going all the way down to Thayer, Missouri.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, I did not realize how close to Mammoth Springs, Arkansas I'm going to be. But
that's a ways down there.
It'll be interesting because Tipton, the number 3 ranked team in the state, Thayer, the number 1 ranked team who just beat the number 2 ranked team. So, in all honesty, we may be watching the state championship game right there.
Sounds like a good game.
But no, I'm excited to be back for basketball this year. And like I said, I always expect big things out of your squad. It seems like it doesn't take you long to get the young kids in the rhythm of things. And I think everybody knows when they play the Eldon girls, you're going to get very good fundamentals. You're going to get fly by the seat of your pants defense. And I don't know where you get these guards, but you always have at least one small guard that can attack in a way that doesn't even make sense.
Well, yeah, you just got to work with what you got. So we've got a surplus of very small guards, so we got to make it work. We're going to play hard. Hopefully we'll compete and get better throughout the year, and hopefully it'll be fun to watch. But appreciate you having me up here and talking. I got to go talk to them before we play, I guess. So
well, good luck tonight, Coach. And we've always got a headset anytime you want to come up.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yep, that's head coach Isaiah Ryan as it's steal by Russellville. Fast break layup up and good. Indians closing the gap, but it looks like the Mustangs are going to take this second session of the Jamboree. I know we weren't really calling much of the game. More talk as long for Eldon. 3 steps and the layup up good. It's close at least. It's 16. Eldon with the lead by 4. To get one more shot off before the bounds on the Jamboree. Skip pass. Middle off the back iron won't go. Got up. Just couldn't get it to fall. Sweet sessions, and Eldon splits with Russellville the first and Eldon the second. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll see the Lady Mustangs in competition as they take on the Russellville ladies. We'll take a commercial break, be back with more. You're listening to KS95 Sports.
Custom railing stairs that gleam, awnings made just like your dream. American Sun controls the name. Since 1985 they lead the game. Screen enclosures keep bugs at bay. Enjoy your summer every day. Family owned and local too. American Sun Control, made for you.
Hi, I'm Jason Blankenship, owner of Jason Blankenship CPA LLC. As the year quickly draws to a close, it's time to start thinking about tax planning strategies for your farm and business. We are happy to meet with you and help you see where things stand for the year. We can also give you advice on ways to spend money to help you grow your business, all while maximizing your tax savings. Central Missouri area, and looking forward to many more. Give us a call at 573-557-2417 or stop by and see us at 401 East North Street in Eldon.
Take your softball and baseball skills to the next level. The Shed is Eldon's own indoor hitting facility that features 2 full cages with screens, tees, and pitching lanes. You'll love their top-of-the-line pitching machine that throws a variety of speeds with precise locations to perfect your swing. The Shed also has a workout facility. You can add it to your cage rental or just purchase as a regular membership. Open Monday through Friday, 3:30 to 8, and Saturday and Sunday from noon to 8. Look for the big white building across from Gerb's in Eldon. Book times now on Facebook at The Shed LLC. See you at The Shed.
Looking for a ride that won't wreck your wallet? Head to GT Brothers Automotive in Eldon, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty. Yup, no hidden fees, no nonsense. Just great vehicles, incredible prices, and hometown service that keeps you rolling long after the sale. They've got a huge selection of cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs, and bank and credit union rates starting below 5% with approved credit. The deal just gets sweeter. So swing by GT Brothers Automotive on Business Highway 54 South in Eldon, or call 573-557-2200. Where buying your next ride is actually fun.
And we're back. I'm not going to lie. I misunderstood the rules of the Jamboree. I thought it was 2 quarters played. It turns out they'll play 4 full quarters. I don't know why I thought that. I guess I thought I remember that from last year. So we're in quarter 3. Eldon with a 7-0 lead early. The Mustangs looking good offensively. They won the second quarter because they reset the scoring each quarter. The first quarter went to Russellville. Russellville had a late barrage. Second quarter went to Eldon, and now Eldon leads 7 here in this third period. You can definitely tell it's a jamboree. Things are called a little looser, I guess. I mean, you still call fouls and such, but occasionally you'll see an extra step right now, and it's just treated like a practice. Russellville's inbound shot too strong, put back up and good. So the first points of this third period for Russellville. Mustangs lead 7-2. Back the other way, good ball movement. Zach Holt will try a 3. He'll get it. Boy, these Eldon shooters have looked good, and what's really nice is Eldon's been putting up double digits thus far. 3 sessions. Score issue for the Mustangs, so I know Coach is going to be happy about that. Under move, and Ahart tells him no. What a block. Britton Ahart with the left hand just volleyball swatting it down. It was good to talk with Isaiah Ryan. Coach Ryan does a fantastic job with the Lady Mustangs. And, of course, he was a very impressive player in his time at Versailles, went on to Mo State. I believe he was the first player to ever dunk on those new rims at Mo State, or in the new facility at Missouri State. And he's just done a great job here in Eldon. Got a district title since he's been here. So, yeah, Russellville, deep 3 from the volleyball line. Off the front iron, won't go. Offensive board kept alive. And now Russellville to the line. So, yeah, I had a scoreboard earlier, and then I quickly realized that they were resetting the score each quarter, so that was kind of null and void. So we're just going to run without one. First free throw for the Indians, no good. And once again, I apologize. Normally, I'd be calling we're in practice jerseys tonight, so I have no idea who is who. There's a few players I do remember. And, I mean, mind you, it's been a calendar year since I've been calling these kids games. We've had football since then. It's just a little hard to keep up with me. The free throw will fall for Russellville. The offensive board is alive, and Ahart gets another block. By the way, I want to remind you that Baxter's Lakeside Grill is a proud sponsor of high school athletics. You can call today for your holiday reservations at 573-365-2669. Savor the food, remember the view. That's Baxter's Lakeside Grill on Bagnell Dam Boulevard in Lake Ozark. Russellville on offense, goes to the high post. Turnaround jumper in the paint, too strong. Ahart, strong rebound. Britton has played very well and aggressively in this jamboree. The pass ahead just a little too hot to handle as he was looking for his new teammate, Lane Stokes. Lane Stokes moving in this year, just a junior. Little token pressure from the Mustangs. Russellville able to get past it. They launch a 3. The shot too strong, off the hands of an Indian, out of bounds, and will go to the Mustangs. So we'll have this game. We'll have the Eldon girls. We'll have a break, and then we'll have the Eldon boys and the Eldon girls again. Like I said, I really thought it was 2 quarters. Back on offense, getting to the high post are the Mustangs. Skipping out to the left wing. Ahart penetrates, steps through, flips it off the glass too strong, tips it out. Wants to push. Up the side of the floor, Euro step, floater tossed up and in. Second basket of the quarter for Russellville. It's a 10-4 Eldon lead. Mustangs calling out a set. Tam running the offense. Fires it to the right side. Mustangs going to reset at the top of the key. A little weave action here against the man defense of the Indians. Deep 3 lined up from Stokes. Won't go. The board fought for. Tipped loose. Controlled by Ahart. Ahart hesitation. Drops shoulder to make some space. Gets it to the top of the key. Got patient drive. Hanging in the air through the contact. No whistle. Play on. And a timeout going to be called by Russellville after the board. So the Eldon defense has been stout as they've had Russellville just 4 points here in this third period. Like I said in the pregame, or, well, the abbreviated pregame we had, Eldon's big concern for me was got to find their offense somewhere, and scoring double digits in each quarter may not sound like much, but that means, you're on pace for over 40 points. If Eldon, in my opinion, can score somewhere in the vicinity of 50 a game this year, they're going to be a problem for teams. Their defense, year in, year out, under Coach Caudell, has been phenomenal. They've got the athletes to do it. They've got a lot of length with this Eldon squad. They got some size to go with it, too. I mean, you look down there, Landon Whittle, 6. You got Britton Ahart at 6'4". You got Cody Tam at 6'3". Zach Hull at 6'1". Lane Oaks is 6 foot. I mean, you're running a decent-sized line out there with some solid wingspans as well, because I'll tell you, a couple of them, like Cody Tam, they may say he's 6'3", but half the time he plays like he's 6'5". The kid can jump out of the gym. Trying to see Russellville's. I have to look here and see for Russellville, their big man, what they have him listed at. They have a very impressive post player here on Russellville. That'd be number 35, Ian Larson. He's 6'7". And I will say Britton Ahart has got a couple blocks on him in this game, so that shows a lot about Ahart's defensive poise. Mid-range jumper for us, good. They cut the lead to 4. It's 10-6 with the lead and the ball, 2:27 to play in this third period. They try to go to the block to Whittle, but it's tipped loose and stolen. Russellville now on the run out. Both teams really just playing a lot of straight man. 3 lined up, knocked down by the Indians, and we got a 1-point game. Eldon going to have to find their offense. Been on a bit of a dry spell the last few minutes. It's a little pick and roll game. Whittle sets the screen and dives. They go to the left side. Driving lane. Mustangs attacking. Shot off the glass too strong. Russellville the board. And the Indians could take the lead with any kind of basket here. To the corner. Left open. 3 lined up. It's too strong. And the rebound corralled by Eldon. Break there for the Mustangs as a shooter didn't have anyone close. Strong take all the way to the hoop for Tam. Won't go. Whittle the offensive board. Dishes to the corner. 3 lined up off the front iron. Won't go. Whittle keeps it alive. Tipped around and a jump ball going to be called. There's multiple people diving for it there, but I like that. Back-to-back plays. Landon Whittle got his hands on the offensive board. I really think Landon's going to be a factor for this Mustang squad this year. 6'6", good wingspan, but he's got great footwork. A lot of times you'll see big men that are kind of slow or don't move well, but Landon is very active and handles the ball a little bit, especially for a big guy. He goes to the wing. Is Eldon sizing things up, sets screen, back to Whittle in the corner, going to the block. I like that they pulled Landon out because one of the guards for Eldon had a mismatch, so they went to him instead. As I start moving things and make my camera freeze. That was not very smart of me. Eldon with the ball on the inbounds. Corner 3 lined up and knocked down. Mustangs splash home the 3. They extend their lead 13-9 as we go under 30 seconds to play. Eldon trying to win the third. They won the second, lost the first. Wing 3. Russellville, no good. They'll say fought for and off the hands of the Mustangs. So Russellville will keep possession, but the clock still rolling. Under 15 seconds remain. Russellville inbounds, wing 3. It's off the front iron, won't go. Ball on the floor. Russellville comes up with it. Extra pass to the wing. Inside, runner up, rattles, rolls off the iron, won't go. Eldon with the board. And that's how the third quarter will come to a close. So, Eldon has now won 2 quarters. Russellville has won 1, but the fourth quarter is coming up. We'll take a quick break and come back with that fourth period. You're listening to KS95 Sports.
Since 1944, Carpenter Gunther Lumber Company, Morgan County's only locally owned lumber yard, has been providing the area with quality building materials needed for its building, remodeling, and repair projects. Because customer care is Carpenter Gunther's #1 goal, your project is always their priority. They take as much pride in your project as you do. Reach them at 378-4433 Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 4:30, and 8 to noon on Saturday. Carpenter Gunther, where they put the home in hometown business.
If I'm good at anything today, it's being wrong. There are not 4 quarters. They're not playing 2, they're playing 3. So after 3 quarters of action between Russellville and Eldon, the Mustangs win 2 of those quarters of action, while Russellville wins 1. So a nice showing from the boys as they were able to score pretty well through all 3 of those quarters. I'm sure we'll get Coach Caudell up here in just a little bit to talk about things and see what he thought of it. And I apologize. I've been told there's some connection issues on this. This is kind of a jamboree for us, too. This is first time broadcasting inside here with some new equipment, and we're going to have some bugs to work out, apparently. So we will get that figured out. But, yes, we are going to be moving into the girls' action as the Eldon girls, once again, will be taking on the Russellville ladies. Should be a good contest, as I know Eldon did not have the season they wanted last year. The reason I told Coach Coach Ryan, that I thought was impressive here because he had a lot of young girls playing big minutes, and I thought they actually played very well in stretches of that. This is still a fairly young team, one senior on this squad, and that's Corinne Davis. Otherwise, they're joined by 2 juniors, that being Mackenzie Ward and Phoebe Zacher. And then you've got, 4 sophomores here, Allie Bird, Caden Davis, Briley Tile, and Carly Wood, and then 2 freshmen, Jaden Henderson and Arlie West. So Mustangs do have some size, as they have 3 players on this roster at 5'10". I mean, that's pretty solid for a girls team. So the Mustangs may be able to use that size and knows coach size, and it balances out because their 3 5'10" girls are also joined by a pair of attacking guards at 5'4", and Mackenzie Ward and Allie Bird. I was really impressed. Mackenzie Ward last year was one that really stood out to me. She is quick and not afraid of contact. You see somebody at 5'4", you may think, oh, they're going to stay outside and shoot the rock, whereas that is not the case. Ward will get inside and absolutely go at the bigger defenders without a care in the world. And you could say something about like Caden Davis. Caden Davis, very aggressive player and is a threat to go off scoring-wise any night. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how the Lady Mustangs look. We do have a pregame going on here. This is our Eagle Stop pregame show, I guess technically, as we have 10 minutes in between. Jamborees are weird. I'm just going to be the one to say it. Broadcasting jamborees are weird. I know regular games what to expect, and I know how it's going to go. That's just not the case with a jamboree. You kind of get what you get as you go through these. So in our Eagle Stop pregame, once again reminding you to stop by and see our friends at Eagle Stop. Get yourself a cold soda. Get a hot slice of pizza. Try those tater cakes. Have you had those things? They're delicious. They're just like a giant tater tot filled with cheese and bacon and all that goodness. Great. Go see our friends at Eagle Stop. They'll get you taken care of on your next road trip. So Coach Ryan really just talked about, he called this a glorified dress rehearsal, and he's not wrong. Whole point is to see what the girls got. I mean, you've been scrimmaging in practice, but when you're playing your friends every day, you kind of know what to expect. You know what they're going to do. You can predict some things early. You cheat on stuff because you know what certain kids can and can't do and what they'll try. You don't have that luxury tonight. You know, going up against these Russellville girls, I would assume these Eldon girls don't know these Russellville girls as well as their own teammates, so you have to play defense a little more true. You're not going to play off the girls that you know from practice that, they don't like to shoot three. Russellville, you got to assume everyone can. So I think this will be very good for both these squads. Eldon, not a huge team roster-wise. Looks like 9 girls out there right now. So, I mean, you got your subs, but not a super deep team for the Mustangs. But if I know one thing about Coach Ryan's squad, I promise they're in great shape. He always has girls that work hard, play good defense, and will flat out get after it. If there's a loose ball, I guarantee you're going to see Mustangs diving after it. But I remind you, we'll be back in action on Friday, as we will be at Versailles when the Tigers play host to the Comets out of Fatima. Yes, Fatima. That's always a great program. Kind of been a bit of a rivalry over the years between Fatima and Versailles, and they've had several Robertsons or Robinsons, great players coming through Fatima. I mean, it was just a few years ago that right here in Eldon, we saw Versailles and Fatima have an absolute battle in the Eldon tournament. I don't remember if it was the semifinal or the championship game, but I'm sure that'll be a good one Friday night. Then Saturday, myself and Jason and Britt will all be on the road as we head to Thayer, Missouri. That'll be host of the, I don't know what you call it in football, but the Elite Eight game, essentially, quarterfinals in the football Class II state championship series. And you can argue that might be the state championship game, as the number 1 team in the state, Thayer, plays host to the number 3 team, the Tipton Cardinals. And we've said it all year long, you can take 1, 2, and 3 and drop them into a hat and pull out whatever matchup you want, and we don't really know who would come out of it. So I think we're going to have an absolute dogfight on Saturday down in Thayer, with the winner advancing to the semifinals, the Final Four of football, whatever you want to call it, and a chance to go to a state championship. So that'll be a big one on Saturday. We'll have that for you. Well, we'll have that one on our system, KS92.7, as well as our Facebook page. And, of course, you can always buy the pay-per-view at Misha TV. But tonight, it's all about Mustangs. We saw the boys first, and now we'll see the Lady Mustangs in battle here in just about 6 minutes. But we'll go ahead and take another break. Come back with the remainder of your Eagle Stop pregame show and get to the opening tip. It's Russellville and it's Eldon. You're listening to KS95 Sports.
With a Citizens Bank debit card, you'll never have to wonder if your check will be accepted. Hi, this is Ryan Pryor from Citizens Bank of Eldon and Versailles. You can use your card anywhere MasterCard debit card is accepted. To make purchases at your favorite merchant, get cash in an ATM, or to make a purchase online. Your purchases will be deducted from your checking account and will appear on your monthly statement. Ask for an application. Member FDIC.
A hometown bank, a hometown friend.
Got a savings account for car problems you didn't see coming? Who does? Thankfully, Big O Tires has you covered with Big O financing. So if you need tires, brakes, or any other type of maintenance, your locally owned Big O Tires can help. And if that's not easy enough, you can schedule your appointment right now at BigOTires.com. Easy financing, easy appointments. Big O Tires. Always working hard to cover you and your vehicle's blind spot. Big O Tires, the team you trust. Schedule an appointment now at BigOTires.com.
When you're looking for a new furnace or air conditioner, price is important, but warranty, reliability, and efficiency are big factors too. At DeGraff and Reed Heating and Cooling, you'll receive very competitive pricing on the industry-leading Air Ease products. Every Air Ease product is built on 80 years of experience, testing, and research. Servicing the Lake and Jefferson City areas for nearly 15 years, DeGraff and Reed Heating and Cooling for reliable products offered by reliable people. Call DeGraff and Reed Heating and Cooling.
A full-service graphics company, Wright Printing and Promotional Advertising does it all, from screen printing, offset printing, and promotional advertising to custom-built trophies and awards. It's where they do it the right way. Check out their Facebook page for their monthly special, and don't forget they offer online stores for all your group and activities needs. Wright Printing and Promotional Advertising, across from the Family Center on Highway 52 East in Versailles. Call 573-378-5775.
About 4 minutes away from the opening tip. Eldon and Russellville ladies going to battle it out here in just a bit. By the way, over on our sister station, Mix 92.7 and Cool 102.7, you can hear the School of Sage Indians as well as the Camdenton Lakers and I believe the Eugene Eagles as well. Some good squads playing down in that Jamboree, all in one. I mean, we know Osage has always got a good team. Eugene coming off a state championship, and from what I've heard, Eugene didn't rebuild, they reloaded. I heard that they've got a very good squad coming back this year. Camdenton, a lot of very talented athletes we saw last year on that team, and now a new head coach as well. So really look forward to seeing what the late offer this upcoming season. But you can check out any of those games that are going on in the Jamboree. You can see it at MoSportsZone.com or by flipping over to those stations, or just download the MoSportsZone app where you can keep up with all of that at once. But we're getting ready for this matchup here between the Russellville and Eldon ladies. And I see Coach Nathaniel Caudell coming up to talk with us, so we'll get him mic'd up in just a few as he's talking to some younger Mustangs on the way up. I love it. Some of the junior high Mustangs are up here watching the high schoolers play. It's always great to see the young guys coming out and cheering on the high schoolers as we get Coach Caudell mic'd up here. Coach, you took 2 of the 3 quarters in your Jamboree. How'd you feel about your squad?
I thought we did a lot of really good things, especially for where we're at in the season. We had our little scrimmage on Friday night and some things that, that we've been preaching that we did executing Friday night. Did a much better job of that, just a couple days later. So to see those things, see these guys, that was a really big positive.
Now, call me crazy. Your squad looked a little faster this year. Like, we're moving a little higher tempo. Was that intentional, or the boys just excited to play this evening?
No, it's definitely intentional. Offensively, we got to move the ball. If we're going to score, we got to move the ball with more pace. It doesn't mean we have to take the first shot, but we got to move the ball up the floor, get into quick actions, what we call our triggers, and then go from there and play. And so we're getting there. We definitely did a much better job of it. We still would like to see our guys get into those triggers without me necessarily having to prompt them to do it. But overall, a lot of really good stuff.
I was going to say, last couple seasons, one thing that's been kind of a big deal with your squad, your defense has always been on point. I feel like you've been one of the best defense teams in the area, but it seems the offense has come up a little short. Maybe some games that just, a little more scoring would have put you over. Is it safe to say those triggers are kind of that push to maybe get those numbers up, and that could be a difference maker in this season?
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like, last season, I thought that we played some pretty good basketball, especially at the end of the year. But like you said, offensively, we were just too stagnant. And so, as I told our guys, I put that straight on me, that we just didn't, I didn't trust them enough to run some of these, triggers and quick actions. So we definitely put that in over the off season. Credit to our guys. We had a lot of guys over the off season that worked really, really hard in learning this stuff. And I think we're starting to see the benefits of it and hopefully continue to see the benefits of it throughout the season.
You got a lot of your roster back from last year. A lot of guys that saw significant varsity, for that matter. Your two leading scorers back this year. How important is that, and how much easier does it make your job having those veterans out on the floor?
It makes it a lot easier. It's been extremely important to this point. Cody and Britt, as far as our leading scorers, but then other guys like, Zach Hull, Talent didn't play because, he's still clearing up, or he had a concussion a couple weeks ago, still clearing protocol on that. But obviously, when we get him back in the mix, that's going to make a big difference. Rhett Bayshore is another one that didn't play tonight, but he's going to make a big impact. So, obviously, look at the scores and you see that, but we have a lot of guys that are going to make a really big impact.
Well, I'm really excited to see. I mean, you think about those two not playing tonight, and I would say those are big catalysts on your team, because I'd make the case Rhett Bayshore is not only maybe the best defender on your team, he's one of the best defenders around as far as full length of the court pressure. But I was really impressed with Britt Nahart. I've said that a million times, but his motor tonight seemed like it was at a different place. And defensively, the kid had to have 3 or 4 blocks before the game was done. Yeah, what'd you say to Britton to get him fired up?
Oh, he just wanted to play. He was excited to get back and play, and he was also one that was out this last week with a foot injury, and so we just got him back for practice yesterday. He's fired up and ready to go for his senior year. And again, one of those kids that's worked extremely hard to make this a really good season for all of us.
Another kid that stood out to me, the sophomore, Landon Whittle. Obviously, he is the true size on your team. But you see a lot of big guys at 6'6" that are kind of clumsy and don't move well. But, man, Landon seems pretty light on his feet for his size.
He's got the best footwork in our program, there's no doubt. Now, we need to get him a little bit stronger and playing stronger. But as far as his footwork and his fundamentals inside offensively, he's the best in our program, and even was kind of last year as a freshman. And so he's only progressed and gotten better. Like I said, we got to continue to get him, stronger and playing stronger. But as he continues to figure it out, he's going to be a really good asset for us to use this season and on.
Where do you guys start your season at?
We go to Mountain Grove next Tuesday. It's going to be a varsity-only matchup. Their varsity ended up, their football team ended up advancing on into the state playoffs, and so it'll be a varsity-only matchup Tuesday at their place at 6. And so we're excited to roll it.
I'm really glad you said that, because I believe you're with you down there. So I'm glad to know that game starts at 6, so I know to show up. But, Coach, I'm really excited to see your squad in the regular season. I look forward to seeing you on Tuesday, and good luck in your next game this evening.
Well, thank you guys so much. Thank you for all your support and through the entire year, and hope you guys have a good night, too.
All right, thanks so much. That's Coach Nathaniel Caudell of the Eldon Mustangs. Mustangs look good tonight. I'm excited to see them next Tuesday down in Mountain Grove, see what the boys can get done to start the regular season. We are underway in the girls' jamboree as both squads saw their first offensive possession fall with no points, but Eldon gets the stop defensively again, looking to bring the ball up the floor and attack the Lady Indians. 5:52 to go in this first period. Penetration from the right side, taken away by the Lady Indians. Going to work around the outside. There's a 2-3 zone. Corner 3 launched halfway down. Rattles, and falls. First points of the game go to the Lady Mustangs. Nice corner 3 up and good. So Eldon with the early lead. But, man, this Eldon defense, they go straight man. They will pressure you all the way out at half court. They've got speedy guards that will get after it. But Russellville responds with a 3 of their own. We're knotted up at 3 apiece in this first session. It's very hard to miss the Lady Mustangs because the guard play is so good. A 3 for the answer won't go. It's long and picked off by Russellville. Indians want to run the floor. Little give and go. Left side too strong. Off the board, though, controlled by Russellville. Pass out. Mid-range jump off glass won't go. And the board controlled by the Mustangs. Eldon back the other way. Another corner 3. This one's blocked out of bounds as Mackenzie Ward hit the first one. He was looking for a second 3, but the Russellville defender able to close in quickly. Ward looked aggressive in this jamboree already. I talked about it before the game. I think Mackenzie Ward's very aggressive offensively. A nice inbound shot up and in. Good post work there. I believe that was Corinne Davis putting that up and in, and the Lady Mustangs lead 5-3. Russellville on the attack. Mid-range kind of forced up, but it falls, and we're knotted up at 5 apiece. So both these offenses struggled for the first couple minutes, and it's sealed the press by Russellville. Easy layup on the other side, and the Lady Indians with their first lead, 7-5. Eldon break this press down across half-court racing forward. Russellville recover and tip it out of bounds, so the Lady Mustangs will reset their offense. So we'll play 3 quarters here. We're going to take a break as 2 other games are played, and then we'll come back with the Eldon boys and then the Eldon girls to cap off this jamboree this evening. Attacking, it's tipped. David skips it out to the right side. Wing 3 dialed up. It's too strong off the iron, off the backboard, and the board controlled by the Lady Indians. So Eldon's got a couple looks. Just some shots not falling early. Russellville at the high post, dished out. Left wing 3 is launched. It's strong. Offensive board kept alive. Double team comes. It's dished out to the right wing. Runner up off the iron, won't go. Another for Davis. Lady Mustangs with the ball trailing by 2 with 3:20 to go in this first session of the Jamboree. First quarter, whatever you want to call it. Little floater off the iron, no good. The rebound tipped around, controlled by Russellville, and they want to run across midcourt, and a reach-in foul going to be called as Lady Mustangs were trying to get back. That was Allie Bird on the reach. So the Eldon Ladies have their practice jerseys, but for the most part, I believe their practice jerseys match up with their regular jerseys. So that has made this a little easier. Some of them do not. So substitution for the Eldon Ladies. I say that. I've been saying Davis. I don't have Davis on those boards. I don't know. I'm just guessing at all this. I'm just going to say Eldon since I don't have real numbers. Oh, the shot is blocked for Russellville on the inbounds. They dish it out. Wing 3 lined up and banked in. Russellville leads 10-5 after the bank shot from 3. They're going to go full court pressure, a little 3-1-1 press. Eldon gets it to the middle of the floor. Back to the outside, cross half court, able to break down this press. It's whipped around to the corner. Ward thought about the 3, steps inside, makes a lot of contact, and the official says that's a little too much, even for a jamboree. So the Eldon Ladies staying very aggressive offensively, looking to drive at any opening. The inbounds for the Lady Mustangs. They're running a little America set, kind of a reverse to the weak side. It ends with a post-up. Turnaround jumper won't go. Blocked by Russellville, but kept alive by the Mustangs. Skip pass, though, is stolen. Russellville wants to run out ahead of the pack, but Eldon gets back. And a foul going to be called on the layup attempt, and that will send Russellville to the line. So Russellville at the free throw line, leading 10-5 with 1:24 left in this first session. First of 3. Free throw off the back iron, no good. Some substitutions by both squads. Second free throw for Russellville on the line, but rolls off the left iron. Rebound controlled by the Lady Mustangs. Under a minute to play in this first quarter of the Jamboree. It's skipped down to the low block and fouled on the shot, going to the free throw line with the Lady Mustangs. I believe that's Arlie West. If the numbers do coincide, then I believe that would be Arlie West. Just a freshman. Arlie's free throw off the mark, falls off the left side. Second one coming up. Zoom in, got another big win last night over Little House on the Prairie. I think that's what JT was calling it. Second free throw nearly banked in, won't go. Offensive board kept alive and fouled on the putback. Eldon will go right back to the free throw line. Strong work on the boards. I believe that's Caden Davis, the sophomore. So now she'll go to the free throw line. First free throw on the money. 10-6 is the Russellville lead. Caden also has a skill that I don't. She's wearing long sleeves with her jersey. I could not possibly. Actually, several of these players are now that I notice it. Second free throw up and good as well. 10-7 is the Russellville lead. They'll push it up floor, try to get another look. This period comes to a close. 3 seconds remaining. Drop runner forced up and nearly fell But that's how the first period ends. Russellville gets a win in this first 2 to go. 10-7, Russellville over Eldon. You're listening to KS95 Sports.
Veracruz Mexican Restaurant invites you to join them for a casual lunch or a nice family dinner out with delicious, authentic Mexican cuisine. Veracruz has a great selection of burritos, tacos, seafood, enchiladas, salads, and more, all prepared with the finest and freshest ingredients. Grab dinner tonight from one of their 3 locations: Veracruz on South Highway 5 in Versailles, Veracruz Jr. on Highway 52 in Stover, or on Highway 65 in Lincoln. Veracruz Mexican Restaurant, a proud sponsor of local athletes.
Since 1844, Kidwell Garber Funeral Home has been a part of Versailles. They've seen the community grow. They've seen the community change. But one thing remains the same. Nothing's more important than our schools. Kidwell Garber would like to take this time to salute everyone involved in keeping Versailles schools a source of pride for the community, and to the students who always strive to do their best, whether in sports or academically. You are the future. From Kidwell Garber Funeral Homes of Versailles and Laurie.
Period 1 goes to Russellville. Lady Indians get a win in that first quarter. Second quarter coming up. Of course, the Jamboree made up of 3 quarters. I'm learning tonight this T-Mobile hotspot is not the answer. That's all right. For us as well, live and learn. I'll be able to make adjustments before the next bout. Steal by Russellville, but a turnover by the Lady Indians, so it will go back to the Lady Mustangs. Trying to make some adjustments while I call a game. What could possibly go wrong with that? Eldon with the ball back on offense. To the wing, to the corner. The three's lined up. Too strong. Rattles and falls. I take it back. Wasn't too strong. It was just right. Corner 3 good for the Lady Mustangs. They lead 3-0 here in the second quarter period. Russellville back the other way. Goes to the wing near steal, but Russellville keeps it alive. Making space. The drive ball lost. Regathered by the Lady Indians. Out to the wing. Thought about 3, but a good closeout by the Mustangs. Turning the corner. The drive forced up. Won't go, but fouled into the line. Will be the Russellville Lady Indians. So we've seen a few more fouls called in the ladies contest versus that first boys one. Some platoon swapping going on here. Free throw's no good. Controlled by the Lady Mustangs. The rebound is back the other way is Eldon. Top of the key trying to go to the high post. Whip to the corner. 3 lined up. Off the iron won't go. Rebound Lady Indians. Russellville back the other way. Skip pass. Too hot. Finally controlled though under the basket. And a jump ball going to be forced by the Mustang defense. Good job getting back and getting their hands on it. So Russellville to inbounds under their own basket. Under 6 minutes to play. 3-0 Lady Mustang lead. Russellville gets it in the corner. Looking to the post, but it's taken away. Trying to drive baseline. A little hip check foul going to be called. Lady Mustangs do a great job of shielding away that cutter. They're trying to slash to the middle of the paint, and the Lady Mustangs just not having it. Substitution for Russellville. Getting reset for the inbounds. They just run a little stack. Skipped out to the right wing. Trying to run a little weave. Some pick and roll action. It's lost. Nearly stolen, but kept alive by Russellville. High post and a flare. Back out to the left wing. High top of the key. Drive. Oh, beautiful pass back door, but great recovery by the Mustang defense. Back out to the right wing. 3's launched off back iron. Won't go. Tipped around. Controlled by Eldon, but restolen by Russellville. Shot forced up too strong. Rebound fought for, and a jump ball going to be called. That became controlled chaos really quick. But the jump ball arrow will favor the Lady Mustangs. Eldon off the inbounds, being pressed. This is a 3-1-1, trying to break it down and able to do so. Little two-man offense, whip to the left wing. 3 lined up, 3 too strong off iron, controlled by Russellville. It's a Lady Mustang lead halfway through this second period, but a foul the other way will send Russellville to the free throw line. Both these squads want to get out and run a little bit. While they're shooting free throws, I remind you can spread some holiday cheer at Baxter's Lakeside Grill. They are now booking private holiday parties from small corporate gatherings to groups of up to 50 guests. Reserve your spot today at 573-365-2669. Savor the food, remember the view. Baxter's Lakeside Grill, Bagnell Dam Boulevard, Lake Ozark. First free throw no good for the Lady Indians. Second one on the way, and it is money. So the first points of the second period come from the free throw line for Russellville. Eldon trying to break down the press of the Lady Indians. Little two-man game in the backcourt. They're able to get it across half court. To the top of the key. Whip to the short corner. Shot from mid-range won't go, but the offensive board kept alive and put in. Lady Mustangs go up 5-1. 3:20 to play. Wing 3 launched by the Lady Indians. Rattles off. Offensive board kept alive and fouled on the putback. Russellville will go back to the free throw line. So if there's one thing Coach Ryan is not going to be thrilled about, it's probably going to be the amount of offensive boards that his ladies have given up. First free throw, rattles and falls. Second free throw, too strong off the back iron, and the long rebound tracked down by Eldon. So the lead stays at 5-2 after 1 of 2 from the line for Russellville. 2:40 to play in the second period. First one went to Russellville. Eldon leading in the second. A hip check going to be called on the drive. Mackenzie Ward was turning the corner. It's a tough assignment for any guard to stay in between Ward and the basket. Eldon a little trouble on the inbounds, and it's lost and turned over back to the Lady Indians. Russellville looking to run. They get it in the corner, stepping into a mid-range jumper and rattling it down. It's a one-point game, 5-4. Eldon able to break the press. Getting it to the block, shot off the glass, no good. Rebound controlled by the Lady Indians. So any field goal here could give Russellville their first lead of this second period. Russellville attacks top of the key, gives it up. Left wing 3 off the front iron, won't go, but the offensive board kept alive. And wow, looked like a running back trying to go through a linebacker. As an offensive foul going to be called on the charge. It was a tough take. So after the stop, Lady Mustangs have the ball in a 1-point lead, 5-4 in this second period. Some substitutions, getting things set. 2-2-1 press from the Lady Indians. Eldon working to get through it, getting it to the middle of the floor, across half court, and they break down the press. Little give and go, leads the guard to the block. She's in a double team, needs help. A little pitter-patter before she could get the ball out, so that's going to be a travel and a turnover back to Russellville. 5-4 is the Eldon lead in the second quarter of this Jamboree, second of 3. Russellville going to be very patient on this offensive set. They run 4 high. Screen for the point guard, a little weave action here. They dive from the high post. Trying to skip it cross court, dangerous pass, but a lane opens up, extra pass underneath, laid up and in, and Russellville is their first lead with 30 seconds to go, 6-5. Eldon needs some points here if they're going to try to win this second quarter. 22 seconds to go, looking for the skip pass to the block. It's tipped and stolen by the Lady Indians. They want to get out and run. Hold it up on the wing, skip it to the right side. Right wing 3 dialed up off the back iron, won't go. Long board tracked down by Russellville, and a jump ball tie-up going to be called. Things getting a little chippy here in this Jamboree. It's a physical game. And that's how the second period will come to a close. So, a late flurry by Russellville. They win the second period as well. The third one coming up. You're listening to KS95 Sports.
The goal of the Morgan County Health Center in Versailles is to make sure you feel your best and stay that way. A few of the public health and community services available at the Morgan County Health Center include CPR and first aid training, food safety classes, educational materials and classes promoting healthy lifestyles and activities, children and adult immunizations, and nutrition for expectant mothers and young children through the WIC program. For more information, follow the Morgan County Health Center on Facebook or call 378-5438. The Morgan County Health Center at 104 West Lafayette in Versailles, connecting the community to healthy choices.
Reaching your fitness goals doesn't have to be tough at Versailles Total Fitness. Tara Grantham is a certified personal trainer and registered occupational therapist who can help you reach your goals in a safe, efficient manner. Get your membership set up today and talk to Tara about training so you can take the first step in becoming a healthier you. Contact Versailles Total Fitness at 573-789-6800 Monday through Wednesday from 9 to 5:30 or see them in person at 131 North Monroe Street in Versailles. So the first two quarters of this three-quarter jamboree have gone to the Lady Indians. Eldon going to try to win this third one, right the ship a little bit. They led almost the entire second quarter, but in a late flurry with about a minute to go, Russellville was able to capture the lead and hold on to it 6-5. Russellville with the first possession of this third and final quarter. They're going to try to space it out a little bit. Straight man defense from the Lady Mustangs. Looking for a guard in need of help. They picked the dead ball out on the right wing and finally receiving smell for the top of the key, but another dead ball. I tell you what, this Eldon pressure is causing problems as the ball is thrown out of bounds by the Lady Indians. The Eldon guards started really overextending their defense all the way out to near the volleyball line, and you can tell Russellville got a little bit uncomfortable with that. So Eldon, their first offensive possession of this third quarter. The corner, looking for the cutter at the high post. It's tipped on the floor. Everybody diving on it. A jump ball going to be called with a possession arrow, I believe, favoring Eldon. Coach Ryan calling it an inbounds play. Little America set up screen corner. Three off the iron, won't go. Offensive board kept alive. Put up and in. Lady Mustangs strike first off the offensive glass. They lead 2-0. When I say an America play, Coach O once told me, Coach Allison, there's an inbounds play that everybody in America runs as a lane left open, attack to the basket, blocked not once but twice, I believe by Allie Bird. But he once told me, said there's a play that almost everyone in America will run in which off the inbounds passer will come off a screen and wind up open in the corner. So when I say a little America action, that's what that means. The inbounds, top of the key, looking to drive. Step back at the free throw line, nothing there. Pass is bobbled. Going back to the guard is Russellville. Being harassed all the way out to the volleyball line. Top of the key still being pressured. It's tipped loose. Russellville gets it back. The Eldon Mustang defense really working right here. Turning the corner, kicked out right wing, thought about the three, instead feeds the block. Little extra step underneath, creating some space, forcing it up. And a shooting foul can go against the Lady Mustangs and send Russellville back to the free throw line. So Russellville have shot quite a few free throws for a jamboree. First free throw attempt is off the back iron, no good. 5:40 remaining in the final quarter of this matchup in the jamboree between Russellville and Eldon. Second free throw on the line, but too strong, so Eldon holds on to a 2-0 lead after a pair of missed free throws. Lady Mustangs race back the other way. To the left wing, corner, thought about the three, instead steps inside, feeds the post at the high post, out to the right wing. Three launched up off the front iron, just short, but the rebound controlled by Russellville. Lady Mustangs have not shot the ball particularly well. Pass ahead to the low block, flipped up and in for Russellville.